guys, so I thought I'd try another vlog. I don't know why, I don't really do them regularly, but maybe that's my 2022 goal. I don't even know what year it is anymore, that's really bad. Anyway, I'm off of school today. It's Monday morning. I figure this would be a perfect time to start a vlog, maybe do weekly vlogs from now on and just see how it goes. I don't read that much, but maybe this will force me to read a little bit more. Hey Ella, and here's the dog. You can't see her, but she's here. Anyway, I thought that, I'm out of school because there were a lot of power outages in my area. We had like a tornado up north of us apparently even. I mean, I live in Kentucky and this is like December, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I'm out of school and that's super exciting. So this morning I got up early anyway because of the baby and I finished a book. So I'm starting the sequel today. Might be the best book I've read all year, or maybe second best, maybe third best. I don't know, it's up there. But anyway, Nevermore by the Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. She's a debut author from, I believe, Australia. And this book is the closest in atmosphere to Harry Potter that I have ever read. It was seriously crazy good. I don't read middle grade, and I know people talk about this book and the series and other middle grade books, and I just kind of ignore them because I guess I don't believe them that they're good. But this one, the writing is so witty. The author is so good. The only thing I don't like about it, like, it's not as similar to Harry Potter in the sense that, I don't know, the characters are not like super well fleshed out, or the world like it is, but it's more the writing that is so good in this book. It's funny, it's whimsical, it's wonderful. I absolutely loved it. If you love good stories and good writing, you would love this book. So anyway, I'm not gonna tell you all about it because that just takes too long. And I guess I'm lazy, but anyway, it's like 400 and some pages for a kid's book, 400 middle school, I should say, 461 pages. But anyway, I just finished it this morning and I'd only read less than 100 pages, I believe, when I went ahead and ordered book 2, Wondersmith, which gave me a little clue as to what was going to happen in this one, just based on the title of this book. But anyway, this one's even longer. This one's over 500 pages, and I love it. It's like a super hard paperback, and everybody talks about these floppy paperbacks. I like these nice hard ones because they're like perfect and prim, I don't know, proper, and I don't want to open them very much because I don't crack the spines, so I'm just reading it like this, and I love it. I love doing that. So anyway, this one, it brings me so much joy to feel it because it's just, I love the feeling. It's slick, but like not super slick. It's kind of matte finish. I don't know. But guess what? I also bought the third one. So this is Hollowpox. It's also super long. Over 500 pages. No one told me how long these were, but I'm so glad they are because, they read really fast. There's not that many words per page, although I feel like there's more words per page in book 3 than in book 1. This came out like March of 2020, right when the pandemic started, and I remember everybody was reading it, and they were saying that it was crazy. Like, what are the chances? It was just a coincidence that this involves some sort of like mysterious illness taking over called Hollowpox, I guess, and it was just so weird because it's literally like about sort of a pandemic. It came out in March of 2020, so very timely. Anyway, I also got the little box set. It came with a box, so I love it, and I'm going to continue reading shortly on this. Maybe my next thought is to read a lot of middle grade. I don't know if that's a good idea or bad idea, like if I'd get burnt out or I would just compare everything to this and it wouldn't be as good. But like, I hear that Keeper of the Lost Cities, which one of my students at school told me has a lot of books in the series. I can't remember how many, but like a lot. That might be a good one to try because it's similar to Harry Potter, or just the atmosphere of it is anyway. And then Amari and the Night Brothers may or may not be similar to Harry Potter, but it sounds like it's a newer middle grade that there's only one of that people love. So anyway, maybe I'm gonna get into middle grade, give Epic High Fantasy a break again for a while, which I feel like I've been giving it a break for a while, but I'm gonna keep going with that. Also, I've started drinking coffee. That's a new development. You guys don't know me, well, some of you might, but I've hated coffee my whole life, like forever. And now maybe it's like because I have a baby, I decided I drink coffee. I don't know. But anyway, it's not bad. This is an iced coffee from McDonald's with sugar-free vanilla syrup. It's very coffee. Still kind of bitter. I like a lot of cream, a lot of sugar. I'm getting there though, but I may or may not be allergic to coffee. We're working on that. I've been having these like contact rashes. I don't even know how to describe it. And I just like randomly get red blotches and streaks everywhere. And I traced it back to when I first started drinking coffee, but that's also when I bought a bunch of new earrings that are not like nickel free. So I'm either allergic to coffee or nickel, or it could be stuff that was in the coffee because I was drinking Monster like Java drinks and they have a lot of other weird additives. So maybe it's something in there. I don't know. Maybe it's my mom's laundry detergent because she washed some of my clothes over Thanksgiving break and I usually get sensitive detergent, so who knows? Oh, I forgot about I also got a little apple fritter. I thought the people at the McDonald's drive-thru might think I was silly because I got this sugary apple fritter and a sugar-free coffee. I was like, they're gonna think I'm ridiculous, but Really, I just didn't want that much sugar, so I was only gonna eat a few bites of this at a time. Anyway, gotta show you these. My mother-in-law, oh, Ash already got into this one. My mother-in-law bought Ash a book for every day leading up to Christmas. So he opens one a day. They're numbered. It's like, this is number 20, 15, with this cute Disney wrapping paper, because the whole family loves Disney too. As you can tell by our trees and stuff, we love Disney as well. Anyway, so Ash is also opening a book every day, so he's enjoying that. I don't know where I put some of them. I don't know. There was a really cool one. I've laid it somewhere. Anyway, there was one that literally had like pieces of mail in it. It was like the coolest little kid's book ever. So I'm supposed to be on the clock right now. Actually, it's right about 9 o'clock. So I've got to go to work because we're on the clock from 9 to 12 and 1 to 4. But any downtime I have, I'm definitely going to be reading this book. So anyway, I'm super excited. Fingers crossed that I'm not allergic to this coffee. And wish me luck for a good reading day. Can you tell that this poor dog doesn't get the attention that she used to? The one day I'm actually home, here she is, right with me. Oh, this is Ella. Ella, say hi. Oh, poor baby. And look what I'm reading. Page 60. I can read this in less than a page per minute, so it's super exciting. Okay, we're gonna get back to it now. Okay, I'm back. Now it's even cuter. Now she's literally in the crook of my arm. It's like she knows that this is the baby's place, and so she wants to be here instead. Is this not the cutest thing? Oh, poor baby. Gotta give this girl some attention. Okay, back to reading. You just look comfy in the dog bed. We have new toys, more new toys, and yet where do we want to be? The dog bed. Look at that nose. Hey, I also read 75 pages of this. I'll give you an update later. So far, it's good. So I'm literally laying in bed, getting ready to go to sleep, reading. It's Tuesday night, by the way, and I got to page 100. Page 100. It just took me, like a long time and, less than, or right around like an hour. Just didn't have much time to read it. But anyway, finally got there. It's so good. I'll give you an update in the morning when I'm more awake and have makeup on and, clothing and stuff. So anyway, it's so good. It's starting to remind me of Harry Potter now because she's actually at the school to finally train, and it's very similar to, it's not Hogwarts, but it's like learning about a whole new world, and it's super exciting. So anyway, I'll tell you more tomorrow. Good night. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, and I'm finally filming another clip, which is going to be super short, but I've read 156 pages of the Nevermore book I'm on, the second one, Wondersmith, and it's really good. It's more similar to Harry Potter than I ever imagined, because now she's actually at the school, and she's actually, sorry, I'm really distracted because I'm playing with the baby. So I'm going to show you what he's doing as well, because he is just having a good old time over here. Okay, you got to see this. He wants to kick the blocks with his feet. He just stacked one for the first time ever as well, but he just wants to kick them right now. As you can see, kicking them apparently is very fun. Woo, woo, woo! Let's just kick them. Anyway, he has an ear doctor appointment this morning, so I thought we would take him to that, and then of course I've got half a day off of school, and then I'm gonna go sit at Starbucks because I don't want to have to drive all the way back home because it's kind of out of the way, and I'm gonna read on my book while I wait for my half a day to have to go back to school. And maybe I'll get some more reading done, so fingers crossed, because I really want to finish both of these books this year, the other two books in the Nevermore series. But anyway, okay, I will talk to you guys later. So I was gonna go to Starbucks. I was gonna sit and read my book. Instead, here I am driving the boy to daycare at 11:30 because we went to his ear appointment, which turned out great, but he fell asleep in the car on the way to daycare from the ear appointment. So I had to take him home, give him another nap. I did not get time to open my book again, and I just want to read. I thought about taking the entire day off of school because my back hurts, my nose is stuffy, and I was like, I should just take the day off so I can just sit and rest, but I knew I couldn't afford to use the days. So anyway, here we are. The boy is literally holding his bottle in the back seat, drinking it, which is like the best thing ever. Just an update on the book though. No more new thoughts really, but I dreamed about it, and I dreamed that the second one was the least good out of the three. So I mean, fingers crossed that that's not the case, but so far, well, I guess one of them has to be the least good, but so far I do have to say my one, I don't know, that's a complaint, just kind of a interesting observation, is that book 2 is completely different than book 1. Like the plot, almost the atmosphere, like she's hardly ever at the hotel where she lives at now with the characters that we met in book 1. Now it's like she's off at the school training. Toys going off. I never even really told you what this book is about, but I will do that in a future clip. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go so I can concentrate on driving, but I'll be intrigued to see where this book goes. It is very similar so far to Harry Potter. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, because it is almost like too reminiscent of it in this book, like she's trying to kind of copy it, but I still love the overall atmosphere. So anyway, I will update you again later. So getting everything out of the cabinet is apparently also really fun. I've heard that kids do this, and I see it in action. He opened the cabinet and is pulling out everything, including the Pedialyte, which is actually pretty heavy. But he's found his snacks. He's realized that he can shake them. I think he just wanted to find something he could shake. Ash, you're something else, buddy. Well, here we are. We are at a bookstore. I think he's been to a bookstore before, so it's not like it's his first bookstore. Well, he just thinks the camera is just hysterical. So here we have the fantasy sci-fi books we're gonna look at. We're at Half Price Books, which sells books for half price. What a surprise. I decided we only had time to go to one bookstore, so it should be the one that's only half price. I have nothing in mind that I wanna buy, but we're just gonna shop around and see if we can find anything fun. That's what we do, right? We judge books by their cover. Did buy 2 books. What a surprise. These are books that I don't honestly know anything about, except that they are on my TBR on Goodreads, which I finally put all those books in there, and there's like 260 of them, which is frightening because my goal is to have more books on the read list than on the to be read list, but it's not happening right now. So anyway, the first one I bought is Wicked Saints by Emily Duncan, and I just remembered thinking it sounded cool. I don't even think it's a series, but I'm not really sure. But I saw on the back it says it's a gothic jewel of a story, a snow-frosted, so it sounds good for wintertime, blood-drenched fairy tale. I'm not really into fairy tale retellings, but listen to this. Dark, bloody, and monstrously romantic. The villain love interest that we've all been waiting for. I guess I have been wanting to read something that kind of reminds me of like A Court of Thorns and Roses, like especially the second book in the series. I really liked the actual romance aspect of that one, kind of with the villain that turned out, you know, he wasn't really much of a villain. But anyway, so this actually sounds really super cool. So we might give it a try. It's pretty short, although the book is like really tall. It's like a really big book. I like it. So anyway, it was half price for this nice hardback. It was like $9 or something. So less than half price probably. But anyway, so I had to pick this one up because I saw it in the fantasy section. I also saw a book that I had no idea how big it was, but this is on my list, Up on a Burning Throne, and I bought it for 2 reasons. One, the cover. Look at that, would you? The colors are just beautiful. I like the style. I like whatever, like, I don't know, maybe Indian sort of inspired theme is just kind of what it looks like to me. I don't know if there's even a series. Oh, I guess it is. The Burnt Empire Saga, book 1. So we'll see, but it is also gigantic. I had no idea when I put this on my TBR that it was, nobody told me how big it was. I just thought it was a regular little book. So honestly, don't even know who read this one. Some booktuber I watch read, you know, all these. Like every time I put one on the list, it's because a booktuber has recommended it usually. So this one I want to say was Books with Brittany, maybe? I don't know. So we'll see. But, you know, I mean, it's a whole series. It's epic fantasy with princes, demons, mages, and lovers. Classic tale. So, I mean, I read a lot of these kind of things, I feel like. Oh, it says it brings the mythology and religion of ancient India vividly to life. Okay, so that actually does sound pretty cool. Yeah, okay, so I might actually try this one. I mean, how many pages is it? I mean, I'm actually quite scared. Oh, it's only 600 and some. I mean, I say only, like 650 something. So are there not even any maps? Well, that's amazing. Oh, it says the sequel was 2020. So, okay, maybe the sequel's already out. But by Ashcock Banker, I've never even heard of this author, but apparently he's written more than 60 books. including this internationally acclaimed series. So, okay, well, all right, I'm going to give it a try. I don't know why, but I do seem to like epic fantasy written more by male authors than female authors, so maybe this one will actually work out for me for a change. And lastly, just to update you, I'm about to go read more of Wondersmith, which is what the primary book, of course, is for this reading vlog, although I did start an audiobook called Warcross by Mary Lou, and it's decent. I've done a book trailer for it for school several times now in the library, and I convinced myself to read it because it's about sort of a video game. I will tell you more about that book later. But Wondersmith, I am 200 pages in. Got that far last night, I think, right? Yep, exactly page 200. So I think halfway is like 260. I can't remember. Something like that. So, but anyway, so yeah, maybe about 60-ish more pages and I will be decently through this one. And Hollowpox, the third one, is even longer, so I'm actually really excited. But yeah, I've read this much since Monday, which, I mean, considering I have the baby, is pretty decent, and it was a really, really busy week. So we are now back though from going to the mall, and like the mall near here that's in a bigger city is about 35 minutes from our house. So it was a little bit of an adventure with the baby, and he got to eat out really for the first time ever at the little food court. So that was actually fun. He had some of my Moe's and he really enjoyed it. So anyway, I'm gonna go read, and fingers crossed this stays as good as it has been. So this is Ash's favorite book about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He wants to read this book every day. Don't you? It's short though, isn't it? Is that why you like it? Just like my students, you want the shortest books. Sometimes he'll open a page and he will make noises like he is reading it. And he'll go, "Rawr." Just like that. Are you reading it? Here, show him how you do it. You open a page and go, "Rawr." You reading that one? Loves turning pages, of course. That's still a thing. He's been doing that since he was like 10 weeks old. Anyway, I didn't get to read any yesterday. I read like 6 pages. And the plan is to read a lot today because it's Sunday, so it's going to be the last day of this vlog. So I'm actually going to read some. Fingers crossed. We did it. It's Sunday night. The weekend's over. I'm so tired. I'm more tired now than I was at the beginning of the weekend. So now I need a break from my weekend, I guess. Anyway, I finally read over half of this. I read 70 pages today, which is pretty good considering the baby was awake so much of the day. He only took one nap. It was crazy. So anyway, I'm on page 276, I want to say, of this book. Yeah, so it's about 16 pages over halfway, so that's exciting. So I should be able to finish this next week. And I also started, oh, and by the way, I guess I should tell you more about this one. It is still super good. It's definitely very reminiscent of Harry Potter, way more so than even the first book. The first book, the atmosphere and the writing reminded me of Harry Potter, but in this one, the actual plot, and literally kind of like magic school with cool classes and seeing what they do in individual classes and learning about the professors and stuff. It's all, and of course the main character, there's something special about her. So, which I can't even tell you because that would actually be a spoiler. But yeah, this one's more similar to Harry Potter, but I like it a lot. So I'll be intrigued to see. I actually kind of spoiled the ending. So I will be intrigued to see what happens in the third book, but I already know kind of a little bit of what's going to happen because I read the last couple lines of this, but only because I was trying to see how many pages were in it, and I went to the last page, and I do that all the time. I don't know about you all, but, just seeing the last page and seeing the last words, and I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have even looked at the page count, but I needed to know. So anyway, I also started Warcross by Mary Lou. And I'm about 10% into the book. I'm gonna go listen to some more right now. So I should finish it in like no time because it's so fast to read, and I can speed it up to at least 1.5 times speed. So that's pretty much my max usually, but it's sort of a young adult like sci-fi book. And I've done a book trailer for it in the library the last several times that students have been to the library for different classes. And I convinced myself to read it. I read Legend by Mary Lou before and I liked it. I never finished the series, but I need to. But anyway, one of my library TAs has read Warcross and said it was good, but that the sequel, Wild Card, is kind of a letdown. So we'll see if I can maybe read both. Both of them I have the audiobook for through my school library. So I'm listening to it right now. It's super fast to get through, super easy read kind of thing, sort of video game inspired, but it's set in the real world. So I like sci-fis apparently that are set in the real world. I was just saying in a video recently that I had not read much sci-fi, but I have read this one, apparently, or I'm reading this one, so at least I can add it to the collection. The last thing I'll end with is Anne Rice has passed away. I found out literally in the middle of the night when I was checking Facebook at 2 in the morning and saw that she had just passed away. She is my favorite author of all time, and I am actually very, very sad about this news. I did not think I would be so upset because obviously I don't know this lady personally, but I feel like I do after reading almost every book that she's ever written. There's only a few I haven't read. Now it's going to be my mission to read the rest of them that I have not read, and I plan on doing lots of Anne Rice content now on the channel. I want to introduce more people to her because she is so just amazing. I'll think about my thoughts a little bit more. I like to say a lot of things about her and all she sort of meant to me and what her works mean and things like that. But as my friend and I were talking about, we almost thought that Anne Rice was immortal. Like there's a, 5% chance she was a vampire. But turns out, I mean, unless she faked her own death, but Anyway, thank you guys for watching this very strange vlog that I did not get too much reading done in, but hopefully next week, and especially once I get on Christmas break, I have one last week and then it's Christmas break. So I will start a vlog tomorrow, which I will be very busy tomorrow. So who knows if I'll get time to read very much, but I can at least listen to Warcross and tell you what that's about in the next vlog. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.